Hey guys, and or gals, it's Rob and thanks for tuning in. Well, my week has been crazy busy. I am tired and I think I might be coming down with a cold, so I am just going to plow through and get this over with super quickly. Um, for those of you who actually go on the website somewhat regularly and maybe you check out the comments or whatever, the thing that I found very interesting in looking at the comments recently and the views is how many people have viewed this post I did. It must have been over a month ago now, maybe even 2 months ago, and it's one of the simplest posts I've ever done. I just took pictures of Super Saiyan Goku from level, like Super Saiyan Goku level 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. I just put pictures of them and just said what level it was. Didn't say anything about the comments, didn't say how you became them or why you became them. But it's been the most viewed post on our blog there by a long shot. Something like almost 3,000 views, where I think the next one's like 500 or 600 maybe. So I'm not too sure what it is. I'm gonna have to try to do more Dragon Ball Z stuff because apparently the DBZ stuff is very popular. If you've actually looked at that post a few times or maybe any idea why, let us know because I really don't understand it. But I'm glad that people looked at it, enjoyed it, and hopefully they'll keep doing that, and I will keep trying to do some Dragon Ball Z stuff. I was thinking of maybe doing an article on power levels, so we'll see about that. For those of you who are Battlestar Galactica fans, I have a little bit of news for you. It looks like we're going to have to wait till 2012 for the premiere of Blood and Chrome. That's the new series, which essentially follows Commander Adama Sr. there, Admiral Adama, if you will, and his time during the first Cylon War. So look for that in 2012. Also, if you're in the Pacific Northwest, September 5th, which should be a Monday, I guess it's the Monday of the long weekend, Ron Moore will be at the Science Fiction Museum in Seattle. That's also where the Experience Music Project is held. And he'll be doing a panel on writing of Battlestar Galactica, which looks very good. I went to the one on the costumes on BSG, which was pretty good, but the writing, one of the things that really hooked me on Battlestar is the plot, the story, all the imagery and symbolism and all those other things that's thrown into it, religion and politics and all that kind of stuff. And I'm a huge Battlestar fan, as you can see over there by my Galactica. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I may try to get down to that myself because that would be awesome. And that is I believe that's a holiday here in Canada too. So good for that. All right, well, I'm going to move on to my, she knows there, my second favorite superhero. I can't believe the series is almost done. After today, it'll just be favorite villain and favorite superhero left. And my second favorite superhero is Spider-Man. Spider-Man, ever since I was young, has always been one of my favorite heroes. Obviously, there are a myriad of reasons why I like Spider-Man. He has produced a number of good kind of TV shows over the years. Again, going back to that the classic Spider-Man, I believe it was 67. Should really know this. You know, with the famous Spider-Man song. The 90s Spider-Man, which was really awesome, where we get introduced to characters like Venom and Carnage, who had been created since that early Spider-Man series. And even some of the new Spider-Man series, although maybe not quite as good in my own opinion, because it's kind of what I grew up with, were quite good as well. Spider-Man has a lot of really cool villains. I mean, Venom and Lizard, how a friend becomes this monster. I mean, there's Carnage, there's, you know, the Insidious Six, where you get Rhino and Shocker and Vulture, the Goblins, both Green Goblin, Harry and Norman, the Hobgoblin, I mean, there's Craven. He just goes down through so many interesting villains. So that is another real positive for him. I mean, it's also, he's quite relatable, especially to young people. I mean, sure, now he's an adult, but I mean, he's always been young. You know, he's been that university student or that high school student who was just, you know, not well known. He was the oddball, you know, the geek, the nerd, quite smart. And I think really to some of the hardcore comic fans, or the people that you will really hook and get into comics for the long term, they're the kind of people that can relate to Peter Parker. They're the ones that are like that. It's nice to know that they're kind of not alone with it. So that is also very important. The writing of Spider-Man is always good too. Spider-Man's always had a bit of an attitude, you know, a bit cheeky with the villains. So that's always really, really good to see. Also with Spider-Man too, he never was able to out-muscle anybody in particular. You know, he was never the strongest or the fastest or all those sort of things. I mean, obviously he relied on the spider sense a lot, but he also relied just on on his intelligence. I mean, he was smart, and he was able to defeat opponents that way when he wasn't always the biggest, fastest, strongest. And that's really another thing, that I like about him. He's not just the Hulk type or the Superman type who seems to have every power and every tool that he needs to beat that thing. Sometimes Spider-Man gets beat up pretty badly, like we've seen in those Spider-Man movies. Not mentioning Spider-Man 3. Yeah, so yeah, Spider-Man's awesome for that. Spider-Man's had some great series. I know a lot of people didn't like the Clone series, but that's good. It's 90s Spider-Man. It's good. I enjoyed it. I mean, there's Maximum Carnage. He was involved in the Infinite Wars. Pretty much everything that goes to the Marvel Universe in one way or another, Spider-Man is involved. I mean, he switched sides during the Civil War. He's been on the Avengers. He's been everywhere and everything, and really is one of the flagship franchises for Marvel. And even though he hasn't had a movie coming out, I mean, I know there's a new one coming out soon, which looks very interesting. Not done by Marvel, so I'm a little hesitant about it. I mean, not part of the Avengers. He still is going to remain a flagship franchise for Marvel. And if you hear children, children of 5, 6 year old age, they are totally. It's Spider-Man is definitely one of their main things, and Spider-Man costumes and Halloween and lunchboxes remain very, very popular. So for all those reasons, Spider-Man is my second favorite superhero. To leave us off tonight, I think I was going to do a new question because I answered the question last week. And my question this week is actually going to go back to Dragon Ball Z. And my question is, what is your favorite character? It could be a Dragon Ball Z character, a Dragon Ball character, or a Dragon Ball GT character. Or if there's characters in some that I never watched, didn't know about, feel free to leave that one too. Let us know in the comments here. I'm going to put a post up on the forum about it. So just let us know who your favorite Dragon Ball Z character is. And so say we all.